Hello, history enthusiasts. Welcome to today's exciting journey into one of the most fascinating and influential stories ever told, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. From its humble beginnings as a small village by the Tiber River to becoming the largest empire in the ancient world, Rome's history is full of remarkable triumphs, cultural innovations, and eventual tragic downfalls. In this video, we'll explore how Rome grew from a monarchy to a republic, expanded its power across the Mediterranean, and ultimately saw its empire crumble under the pressure of internal conflicts and external invasions. The Roman Empire is a pivotal chapter in the development of Western civilization, influencing everything from governance and legal systems to architecture and art. So grab your toga, sit back, and let's dive into the captivating story of Rome's fascinating journey, beginning in its mythic roots. The story of Rome's origins is a blend of myth and historical fact, offering a fascinating backdrop for the rise of one of history's greatest empires. According to Roman legend, Romulus and Remus, twin brothers believed to be the sons of Mars, the god of war, founded Rome in 753 BCE. Raised by a she-wolf after being abandoned by their mother, the brothers' story symbolizes Rome's perseverance, divine favor, and strength even in the face of adversity. Romulus, after a dispute with Remus, became the first king of Rome, laying the foundation of the city that would go on to become a powerful force in the ancient world. Although this legendary origin is central to the Roman national identity, archaeological evidence suggests that Rome's establishment was influenced by the surrounding civilizations, particularly the Etruscans, who helped shape early Roman culture, religion, and urban planning. The Etruscans were an advanced civilization that lived in what is now central Italy, and their influence on early Roman society cannot be overstated. They introduced the Romans to various aspects of governance, art, and military organization, contributing significantly to Rome's early development. Rome's transition from monarchy to republic was marked by a revolution in 509 BCE, when the last king, Tarquinius Superbus, was overthrown by the Roman people due to his tyrannical rule. The establishment of the Roman Republic heralded the creation of a government in which power was vested in the people and elected officials, such as consuls and the Senate, a body of aristocratic leaders. This new system provided Rome with a more democratic structure, though the patricians, Rome's elite class, still held significant power, leading to a political dynamic that would shape Roman history for centuries to come. Rome's early years were marked by the rule of kings, but after the expulsion of the last king, Tarquinius Superbus, the Romans established a new system of governance, the Roman Republic. Founded in 509 BCE, this republic was based on a system of elected officials and checks on power, rather than the absolute authority of a king. At its core were the consuls, two leaders elected annually who were responsible for commanding the army and overseeing civil administration. Their power was not absolute, however. They were held accountable to the Senate, a body of elite representatives who advised the consuls and helped manage the affairs of the state. This system created a careful balance of power, although it was far from perfect and often led to tension between the ruling class and the common people. Rome's early republican period also witnessed significant social divisions. The patricians, who were the aristocratic class, controlled most of the political power, while the plebeians, the working class, had limited influence. These inequalities led to significant unrest, with plebeians demanding more rights and representation in the government. Over time, the plebeians won several important concessions, including the creation of the tribunate, a position that allowed them to elect their own leaders, called tribunes, to represent their interests. These political struggles played a pivotal role in shaping the Roman Republic and set the stage for later reforms that would eventually give the plebeians more power within the government. As the Roman Republic solidified its political structure, it began to expand its territories thanks in large part to its powerful and disciplined military. The Romans' military prowess was legendary, organized, strategic, and highly adaptable to various combat situations. The Roman legions were renowned for their discipline and cohesion, making them a formidable force in battle. Early military campaigns were focused on uniting the Italian peninsula, but as Rome's power grew, it began to conquer surrounding territories, and its influence spread throughout the Mediterranean region. The Romans' most defining military conflict was the Punic Wars against Carthage, a powerful city-state located in North Africa. The First Punic War, 264 to 241 BCE, was primarily fought over control of Sicily, an important island strategically located between Italy and North Africa. The conflict saw Rome build its first powerful navy, and despite initial setbacks, Rome eventually triumphed, forcing Carthage to surrender Sicily and its other possessions. The Second Punic War, 218 to 201 BCE, was an even more dramatic conflict, marked by the brilliant Carthaginian general Hannibal. Hannibal famously led his army, including war elephants, across the Alps to invade Italy. His victories at the Battle of Trebia and Battle of Cannae caused devastating losses for the Roman forces. However, Rome's ability to regroup and strategize under leaders like Scipio Africanus led to their eventual victory at the Battle of Zama in 202 BCE, securing Rome's dominance over the Mediterranean and ensuring Carthage's decline. The Third Punic War, 149–146 BCE, was the final conflict in this series, and it ended with the complete destruction of Carthage. The Romans leveled the city and sold its survivors into slavery, leaving no doubt about their position as the uncontested power in the Mediterranean world. By the end of the Punic Wars, Rome had grown from a local power into the most powerful empire in the Mediterranean, stretching from the British Isles in the northwest to Egypt in the southeast. By the late 2nd century BCE, Rome's growing empire faced increasing internal instability. Political corruption, economic inequality, and military unrest caused widespread social and political strife. Amid this chaos, a brilliant military leader named Julius Caesar rose to prominence. His conquests in Gaul, modern-day France, brought him immense fame and wealth, and his growing power made him a political rival to other leading figures in Rome, such as Pompey and Crassus. Caesar's ambition, however, would not be confined to military campaigns. He sought to take control of the Roman government itself. In 49 BCE, after a power struggle with Pompey, Caesar famously crossed the Rubicon River with his army, declaring, "The die is cast," and initiating a civil war against Pompey and his supporters. The ensuing conflict ultimately led to Caesar's victory and his appointment as dictator for life in 44 BCE. His consolidation of power was unprecedented, and he enacted a series of reforms aimed at stabilizing the empire and centralizing control. However, his power also alienated many within the Senate, and on March 15, 44 BCE, Caesar was assassinated by a group of conspirators, including his close friends Brutus and Cassius. His death did not restore the Republic, however. Instead, it set off a new round of civil wars, ultimately leading to the rise of Caesar's grandnephew and adopted son Octavian, who would later take the title Augustus and become the first emperor of Rome. In 27 BCE, after defeating his rivals in a series of civil wars, Octavian was granted the title of Augustus by the Senate, marking the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Augustus skillfully portrayed himself as the restorer of the Roman Republic, but in reality, he held absolute power. As emperor, Augustus implemented crucial reforms that stabilized the empire after years of internal conflict. One of his greatest achievements was the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and prosperity that lasted for over 2 centuries. During this time, Rome saw a flourishing of the arts, architecture, and infrastructure, with the construction of iconic buildings such as the Pantheon and the Colosseum. Augustus also reorganized the military, created a standing army, and established a system of governors to oversee provinces, ensuring that Rome remained firmly in control of its vast territories. The period following Augustus's rule saw the empire continue to thrive under the leadership of subsequent emperors. The Pax Romana reached its peak under emperors like Trajan, Hadrian, and Marcus Aurelius, who expanded the empire's borders to their greatest extent and presided over a golden age of Roman culture, law, and economic prosperity. Roman architecture and engineering reached new heights, with the construction of monumental structures like Hadrian's Wall in Britain and the impressive network of Roman roads that connected the empire. However, as the empire expanded, it also began to face significant challenges. Political instability, Economic crises and military overstretch took their toll on the empire's ability to maintain its vast territories. The crisis of the 3rd century, 235–284 CE, marked by military anarchy, invasions, and economic collapse, tested the empire's resilience. To address these challenges, Emperor Diocletian divided the empire into two parts, with the Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, and the Western Roman Empire, each governed by separate rulers. While this division temporarily stabilized the empire, it did not prevent the eventual collapse of the Western Roman Empire. Though the Western Roman Empire ultimately fell in 476 CE with the deposition of the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, the legacy of Rome continues to influence the world today. The Byzantine Empire, which continued in the East for nearly 1,000 years after the fall of the West, preserved many aspects of Roman law, governance, and culture. Rome's innovations in architecture, engineering, and military organization have left an indelible mark on subsequent civilizations. The Latin language spoken by Romans gave rise to the Romance languages and has continued to influence modern languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese. Additionally, Roman concepts of law, such as the right to a fair trial and their influence on governance, have shaped legal and political systems throughout history. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. We hope you've enjoyed exploring how this remarkable civilization shaped the world as we know it today. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating history content. And of course, feel free to leave your thoughts or questions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.